Welcome back to Inside College Basketball Now with Jon Rothstein. Pleased to be joined by Miami of Ohio head coach Travis Steele. And Travis, welcome. What is it like to be 23-0?
Feels good. It's funny, John, like everybody sees the results, but the journey has been just so much fun with our group, man. Just the conditioning, the lifting, the practices, the film sessions, man, it's an absolute blast, man, being around our guys.
Now, this has been an incredibly clutch group as well. 7 of your 23 wins are by 5 points or fewer or in overtime. Why has this team played its best when it matters most?
Yeah, I think number one, we have winners. We have really good players. We've recruited guys that have all won, whether it was in high school or at their previous college. We put a lot into that. And listen, our guys are super connected, man. They have that. One of our core values is embody undeniable confidence. And you understand that you get that through embracing the process, right? And our guys, they do a great job in practice, film. Again, we work on special situations every single day, and we're able to put that into play, obviously, in the games. But just that belief piece, John, I think is probably the key. Whether we're down by 5, up by 5 with a minute to go, man, we feel like we're going to win.
Another thing, too, that's obviously in your favor is the amount of retention that you have from last year. Now, you lost one player, Cam Kraft, to Georgia Tech, but really everybody else of significance is back from your team from a year ago. How did you achieve that in this climate?
Yeah, I think that's the key to success in today's landscape is retention, right? And it's more difficult than ever just with the portal and with NIL and everything going on. And for us, it's just try to give our guys the best experience they can, right? Number one, I think it's about fit. Fit's more important than ever. From top to bottom, do they fit me? Do they fit our university, our men's basketball program? From a core value standpoint, we have a lot of fun. We work really, really hard, John, but we have a lot of fun. And I think relationships do matter, man. Like at the end of the day, I don't think you put a price tag on that. And if you're winning, you're getting better as a player. You're getting a great degree, like at a place here like Miami that's an original public Ivy school. Man, the grass isn't always greener. And I think our guys know that, man. And I met with Peter Suter last year, who was a first-team All-MAC player last year as a junior, right after the season. And I had this list of notes to go through of like, hey, how the season went for him individually, how it went for our team. And before I could even get out a word, he said, hey, Coach, I'm not going anywhere. I love it here. Why would I leave? I've never played better. I love everybody here in the program. I'm getting a great degree. We're winning. Let's go do this thing. So that was a powerful moment for me that shows that, hey, what we're doing is working.
So you bring back a large percentage from a season ago, and then you try to obviously start planning for this season, 25-26. What was it like with that percentage of scoring back to try and put together a non-conference schedule?
Oh, man, scheduling's a monster. It's more difficult than ever. I love analytical data. And I think it's made the game better, but it's also made scheduling a heck of a lot harder. A lot of people are using these analytical sites, data sites for scheduling now.
Right.
And for who they should play and not play. And how many threes does a team take? What is their retention back? What is, the style of play is a really big thing now. And I get it with the net formula. You're supposed to, the P5s and P6s or whatever you want to call it are supposed to stay away from quad 2s and quad 3 games. You're supposed to live in quad 4 and quad 1 opportunities, and just makes it really difficult for a school with our profile. We were kind of in that little gray area that nobody really wanted to play at that level, and we didn't have the opportunity. And it is what it is. You focus on the things you can control, and you can only play those that are in front of you.
There's no doubt about that. Now, you're 23-0, and I know it's still early February, but obviously, as we start to get inching closer and closer towards March, you start thinking about the NCAA tournament. From your perspective, what is the number that Miami has to get to warrant at-large consideration for the NCAA tournament if you don't win the MAC tournament?
You know what, John? I haven't even thought about it. As crazy as it is, I'm just worried about having a great practice today. I don't know. We'll let them figure that out. We got to focus. I do know this. We control our own destiny. And that's what I've told our guys. We put ourselves in position to play meaningful games in February and March, right? And so now it's like, can we take advantage of those opportunities? And as long as we're continuing just to get better every day, man, the rest of it will take care of itself. But I do think, again, I think we're in a unique situation. You know,
Mhm.
we're obviously, 23-0 and whatnot. And again, we'll see, man. I think we got a really good group. I do know that. I love our team.
What is the pressure like for a head coach when he is coaching in a one bid league in a mid-major conference tournament?
Yeah, I mean, really, it's 3 games in 3 days. That's what the season comes down to in a lot of ways, right? And, you almost wanna pace yourself a little bit, John. You gotta peak at the right time because it
Mhm.
is such a long year.
Yeah.
You don't wanna be playing your best in January,
Right.
even though you try to win every game. But
Yeah.
I do think there's an art to it. You learn at this level of how to get your team to peak at the right time, and again, yeah. But there is no like I told our guys like last year, we were in the MAC championship game against my brother in Akron. We lost a heartbreaker to him, and man, just have fun, man. And as long as you're playing for others, you don't feel that pressure, right? Like if you're playing for yourself, or I'm coaching for myself, then I do think you instinctively get that pressure that you feel it. But when you do it for others and you have that connectivity in your program, I don't think it's as pertinent.
You referenced obviously the game last year against Akron and John Gross, your brother, in a game where the winner was going to go to the NCAA tournament. What was that game like for the two of you and your family as a whole?
Oh man, probably excitement from his end. They obviously won, right? We play to win the game. He does. I do as well. But it's also hard, like you want to see. There's nothing thicker than blood. I want to see him do really, really well. He wants to see me do really well. Um, it's hard, probably hardest on our mom, if we're
Yeah.
if we're being honest. I think she was completely torn, but it's a blessing. It's like, man, you got these 2 guys from Danville, Indiana, small town in Indiana, in a MAC championship game, having a chance to go to the NCAA tournament. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So, again, I think we just lean right into it and have fun with it.
What's the biggest difference in being the head coach of Miami of Ohio versus being the head coach at Xavier?
I don't know, like, if there's a ton of difference. I do think, like, for me, um, I've again, having the experience that I had at Xavier has really helped me here.
Mhm.
And I was super, super appreciative of the opportunity that I had at Xavier. Xavier means a lot to me. I spent a lot of years there. I was everything. I was the director of ops, assistant,
Mhm.
head coach. Loved the players that I was able to coach and the administration. But it helped me with this opportunity. I do know that. Like I knew exactly what I wanted this place to feel like, look like, smell like, and haven't deviated 1 inch from fit since I've been here. And it's helped me. But again, I think, I treat it the exact same, John. Like every day, man, we're trying to win a national championship. We're trying to have fun, embracing the process, developing a culture, and a style of play, hopefully, that we can make come to life.
What's the biggest difference in Travis Steele as a head coach now versus when he coached his last game at Xavier?
I think just really confident and clear with what I want and how I want to do things. I don't know if anybody's ever fully ready, John, to become a head coach. You kind of get thrusted into it, and you think you're ready, but you're probably not all the way there. And again, like I said, it's the experiences that I've had, man. The experience I had at Xavier specifically was just tremendous a growth opportunity for me. And that's the way that I looked at it. And it was a hard moment at the same time, didn't end the way that I wanted it to,
Sure.
because I loved that place and I loved my guys at Xavier. But man, it made me a lot better.
Travis, the Xavier job is such a job that's filled with such great tradition, such great history, and so on and so forth. And it's really hard for that to be somebody's first job in coaching. I'm curious if the route was reversed and you started at Miami of Ohio and then went to Xavier, do you think you might have been more seasoned for the challenge at the highest level?
Yeah, I mean, it's all ifs, but yeah. I mean, like, listen, I think the more experience you have, the better, right? I think it's like flying a plane. I don't
Mhm.
want a first time pilot flying my plane. I'll
No
be
doubt.
honest. I want somebody with a little bit of experience up there in case there is some turbulence. Like what are you going to do? And so I think that yeah, I think the more seasoned you are and the more you do it, the more confident you are in yourself and the way you're doing things. And you do things with more conviction. Yeah, I think absolutely is the answer. Yes.
We're morphing into a different time now in college sports. There's the haves, there's the have-nots. Obviously, I'm here asking you about being the head coach of a team that's 23-0 and what you have to do to maybe get in that large bid to the NCAA tournament. Because of that line of demarcation that's drawn now, and you're on the other side, do you aspire to one day go back and be the head coach of a power conference school?
It's a great question. I'll be honest, I haven't really thought about it a ton. Just kind of living and just enjoying this ride, John, like with this group of young men that we have. I'm super fortunate to be here for David Saylor, our athletic director, to give me this opportunity here at Miami to build the program the way that I kind of set it out to him, the way that I wanted to do it. And he's let me do it here, and he's been patient. My first 2 years, we weren't very good here. It was a rebuild. But we won 25 games last year, set a single season record. And then obviously are 23-0 this year. Again, just super, super grateful for this opportunity. And my family and I are very happy here. We're enjoying it. But again, we'll let the future kind of figure out what's the future here moving forward in the off season. But we are very, very, very happy here.
And the future, obviously, in the near term is obviously finishing this great season that you're having. You're 23-0, and it's not the first time that Miami of Ohio has been on the national radar. Growing up in the Midwest as you did, what are your memories of the run to the Sweet 16 in 1999 with my friend and colleague Wally Zerbiak?
Yeah, Wally, he's number one. He's been awesome since I've taken the job. Day one, he called me right away. And he's been so supportive, even when we weren't very good. My year one and year two, and which is very, very appreciative. But when I thought of Miami, listen, I thought this was like the premier. When I was coming up, I graduated high school in 2000. I went to Butler, and I graduated from Butler in 2004. Yeah. I thought Miami was a premier mid-major basketball program in the entire country. Obviously the Sweet 16 run was phenomenal with Wally and Damon Frierson and all those guys, Devin Davis. I mean, like really good players, great coaches have been here. There's a very, very proud tradition here at Miami. Now, and there was that gap, right? And then it's like, how do we kind of connect that back, right? The past to the current, because that wasn't really here. Because it had been a while, like so the kids we're recruiting now, John, shoot, man, these kids are, I'm aging myself now, but like, it's like, man, they're born in like 2000, 2008 or 9. It's like, man. And when I talk about, hey, you remember Wally Zerbiak, the Sweet 16 run? And it's like,
he doesn't want to hear that though. So we might have to edit that out.
Hey, Wally still looks like he could play. I do know that.
He can definitely still shoot. He can definitely still shoot. I can attest to that.
Don't know about the defense, huh?
Yeah. He signed a non-compete clause on that end of the floor.
Oh man. But again, that was when I took the job. I was like, man, can we get it back to that? Right? I mean, Ron Harper played here, Wayne Embry. We've had incredible players here over the course of time. And there is a very proud tradition here. And I'm happy that we've been able to hopefully re-energize our fan base and our alumni base and just connect it.
No, you definitely have, man. It's been an incredible story throughout this season. But, in doing this now, Travis, as long as I have, I'm always kind of fascinated by the fact that head coaches remember tough losses much more than they appreciate great wins. So for you, either as a head coach or an assistant coach, give me one great win that you always take with you and give me one tough loss that you can't seem to shake.
Man, the tough losses come, like you said, always they come right to mind very quickly. Xavier, round of 32, St. Louis versus Wisconsin.
Bronson Koenig.
Oh,
yeah.
That was hard, man. I felt like we had a good enough team to win the national championship that year. That was a tough one, man. That was a really, really, really hard one. I mean, we were up by 10 there. And when you're up by 10 against an old Wisconsin team.
Yeah.
And back then it was like almost being up by 20.
Yeah.
And you could see the lead was dissipating a little bit. And then obviously he hit the big shot there in the corner. That was a hard one. And then the other one was last year versus Akron in the MAC championship game, the way we lost. led for 39 minutes and 56 seconds of the game, and that was a tough one as well for the guys. Man, I just felt so bad for our players. Wins wise, I would say beating Arizona when I was an assistant at Xavier to break through. We were in Sweet 16. We were banged up that year.
Yeah.
Lost Edmund Sumner, who was a tremendous player.
Yeah.
And then we went kind of through a tough February. I think we lost maybe 5 or 6 games in a row, John, and we had to win in the Big East tournament to just get into.
Right.
We had to win a couple games just to get into the tournament, and then we beat Maryland, beat Florida State, and then we had a chance to play Arizona and beat them to make it to the Elite Eight to play Gonzaga. Man, that was a heck of a game, man. Just a really proud moment of the group stayed together through a lot of adversity. And for us to be able to reach that moment was awesome, man. I was so happy for Trayvon Blewett and JP McCura and Sean O'Mara and all those guys.
And then give me one recruit that you desperately wanted to sign but missed out on.
Oh, man. There's a lot over the years that we whiff on. One. That one that really hurt me, man, was Devontae Smith Rivera, played at Georgetown. Was a really good player there. We had recruited him so hard. I'd had a really good relationship with him and his family, and he went to Georgetown, man. That one hurt, man. Again, you remember a lot of the ones, to your point, that you don't get, and because they hurt. You spend a lot of time, you care about those kids and their families, and I would say Devontae.
Travis, the 25-26 college basketball season, even if you win a national championship, is only going to be here another 8 weeks. And you are going through something right now that many coaches will never get to experience in their coaching careers. I know you want to win your league. I know you want to win your league tournament. I know you want to go to the NCAA tournament and go as far as you can go. But how do you ensure, as you're chasing those goals, that you take the time each and every day to enjoy what you are currently doing in the present?
Yeah, just having fun. I've hit Phil Martelli quite a bit, just asking for advice, because obviously he went through it when he was at St. Joe's, and I'm not comparing our team to St. Joe's or saying where it's good. I'm just saying similar situation. Just enjoy the ride, man. I mean, listen, we got a great team. We got great basketball players, but we have better human beings. And it's just so much fun. I have my kids. I have 3 little ones, John. I got a 12-year-old little boy, 7th grader. I got a little 6-year-old as well. He was at the game with me at Buffalo the other night. And then I have my little 3-year-old little daughter, man. And just giving them the experiences as well, being around our guys, how our guys treat my kids and all of our assistant coaches' kids, man. It is just so much fun. We feel zero pressure, John. I'm just telling you, because we do it for each other. I want it for our guys. I want them to be able to. I'm so glad that they're getting the recognition that they are getting and that I feel like they deserve and that our university deserves, because it's not about me at all. I mean, I'm just having fun being around the group, man. I feel so fortunate being here.
Well, let's wrap on this, because the dream of any mid-major is to do what Miami did 27 years ago and be the darling of the NCAA tournament for a couple of days, or maybe even a week, if you can replicate what Wally and everybody did in '99 if you win 2 games and advance to the second weekend. What has to happen between now and when you go to the MAC tournament for Miami to be even better than it showed already?
I think continue to develop that defensive identity, John. It's I think we're going to be able to score with anybody. Our offense is tremendous. You look at our effective field goal percentage, the way we shoot it, our balance makes us really, really, really hard to prepare for. And I think our style of play is hard to prepare for, especially in an NCAA tournament format. Defensively is where we got to get our identity. And that's what I'm starting to really push our guys now, probably more than I have on the defensive end, just because I want us to peak at the right time. In March, I didn't want to peak too early. Doesn't mean that we're not trying to win every game, but there is an art to it. I really believe that. And can we just make that come to life? Because I think every team, the great teams across the country, have an identity on both sides of the ball, right? It's clear as day. It's clear as day. They're not perfect, but you know exactly what they're trying to do and what they're trying to take away. And so trying to make that come to life here over the next month, I think will really propel us, because I think we have a ton of upside, and we're playing 4 freshmen.
Yeah.
Like, listen, our freshmen will continue to get better. We're playing 2 sophomores. We're one of the youngest. We're the youngest team in our league. And so can we continue to get better here over the next month? I think our team's got a ton of upside in that area.
Well, Travis, it's going to be a lot of fun to cover. Appreciate a couple of minutes. Know how busy you are. Congratulations. Very happy for your success. And as always, look forward to staying connected along the way.
Thanks for having me on, John.
You guys, Miami of Ohio head coach Travis Steele. I'm Jon Rothstein, and this is Inside College Basketball Now.